Shalom and welcome to the reading of the BeritHadasah, otherwise known as the New Testament. We left off in Mark chapter 13, so let's follow me as we start reading in Mark chapter 17, verse 1. As Yeshua came out of the temple, one of his Talmudim said to him, "Look, Rabbi, what huge stones! What magnificent buildings." You see, all these great buildings, Yeshua said to him, they will be totally destroyed. Not a single stone will be left standing. As he was sitting on the Mount of Olives opposite the temple, Kiva, Jacob, and Johanna and Andrew said to him privately, "Tell us, when will these things happen, and what sign will show when all these things are about to be accomplished?" Yeshua began speaking to them. "Watch out, don't let anyone fool you. Many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and they will fool many people. When you hear the noise of war nearby and the news of war far off, don't become frightened. Such things must happen, but the end is yet to come. For peoples will fight each other, and nations will fight each other. There will be earthquakes in various places. There will be famines. This is but the beginning of the birth pains. But you, watch yourself. They will hand you over to the local Sanhedrins and will be beaten up in the synagogues. And on my account you will stand before governors and kings as witnesses to them. Indeed, the good news has to be proclaimed first to all the nations. Now then, they arrest you and bring you to trial. Don't worry beforehand about what to say. Rather, say whatever is given you when the time comes, for it will not be just you speaking, but the Ruach HaKodesh. Brother will betray brother to death, and father his child. Children will turn against their parents and have them put to death, and everyone will hate you because of me. But whoever holds out till the end will be delivered." 14. Now when you see the abomination that causes devastation standing where it ought not to be, let the reader understand the illusion. That will be the time for those in Yehuda to escape to the hills. If someone is on the roof, he must not go down and enter his house to take any of his belongings. If someone is in the field, he must not turn back to get his coat. What a terrible time it will be for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that it may not happen in winter, for there will be worse trouble at the time than there has been before, from the very beginning when God created the universe until now, and there will be nothing like it again. 20. Indeed, if God is not limited to duration of trouble, no one would survive. But for the sake of the elect, those whom he has chosen, he has limited it. At that time, if anyone says to him, "Look, here's the Messiah," or "See, there he is," don't believe him. There will appear false messiahs and false prophets performing signs and wonders for the purpose, if possible, of misleading the chosen. But you, watch out. I have told you everything in advance. In those days, after that trouble, the sun will grow dark, the moon will stop shining, the stars fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with tremendous power and glory. he will send out his angels and gather together his chosen people from the four winds, from the ends of the earth to the ends of heaven. Now let the fig tree teach you lesson. Now let the fig tree teach you its lesson. When its branches begin to sprout and leaves appear, you know that summer is approaching. In the same way, when you see all these things happening, you are to know that the time is near, right at the door. Yes, I tell you that this generation will certainly not pass away before all these things happen. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will certainly not pass away. However, when that day and hour will come, no one knows, not the angels in heaven, nor the Son, just the Father. Stay alert, be on your guard, for you do not know when the time will come. It's like a man who travels away from home, puts his servant in charge, each with his own task, and tells the doorkeeper to stay alert. So stay alert, for you don't know when the owner of the house will come, whether it will be evening, midnight, cockcrow, or morning. You don't want to come suddenly and find you sleep. You don't want him to come suddenly and find you sleeping. And what I say to you, I say to everyone, stay alert. Chapter 14, 1. It was now 2 days before Pesach, that is the festival of Matzah, and the head of Kohanim and the Torah teachers were trying to find some way to arrest Yeshua superstitiously and have him put to death, for they said, not during the festival, or the people will riot. While he was in Beth Ani, in the home of Shimon, a man who had Zara'at, and as he was eating, a woman came with an alabaster jar of perfume, pure oil of nard, very costly. She broke the jar and put the perfume over Jesus' head. But some there angrily said to themselves, why this waste of perfume? It would have been sold for a year's wages and given to the poor. And they scolded her. But he said, let her be. Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing for me, for you will always have the poor with you, and whenever you want to, you can help them, but you will not always have me. What she could do, she did so. She did too. 8 again. What she could do, she did too. Do. In advance, she poured perfume on my body to prepare it for burial. Yes, I tell you that wherever in the whole world this good news is proclaimed, what she has done will be told in her memory. Then Yehuda from Gilead, who was the one of the 12, went to the head of Kohanim in order to betray Yeshua to them. They were pleased to hear this and promised to give him money, and he began looking for a good opportunity to betray Yeshua. On the first day of the month, when they slaughtered the lamb of Pesach, Yeshua summoned him, asked him, where do you want to go? And prepared a Seder. He sent 2 of his Talmudim with these instructions. Go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him, and whichever house he enters, tell the owner that the rabbi says, where is the guest room for me, where I am to eat the Pesach meal with my Talmudim? He will show you a large room upstairs, furnished and ready, making the preparation there. The Talmudim went off, come to the city, and found things just as he had told them they would be, and they prepared to say them. When evening came, Yeshua arrived with the 12. As they were reclining and eating, Yeshua said, "Yes, I tell you that one of you is going to betray me." They became upset and began asking him one after another, "You don't mean me, do you?" "It's one of the 12, he said to them, "someone dipping matzah in the dish with me. For the Son of Man will die, just as the Tanakh says he will. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been better for him had he never been born." 22. While they were eating, Yeshua took a piece of matzah, made the barakah, broke it, and gave it to them, and said, "Take it, this is my body." Also he took the cup of wine, made the barakah, and gave it to them, and they all drank. He said to them, "This is my blood, which ratifies the new covenant, my blood shed on behalf of many people. Yes, I tell you, I will not drink this fruit of the vine again until the day I drink new wine in the kingdom of God." After singing the Hallel, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Yeshua said to them, "You will all lose faith in me. For the Tanakh says, I will strike the shepherd dead, and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go ahead of you into the Galilee of Kiva City. Even if everyone else loses faith in you, I won't." Yeshua replied, "Yes, I tell you that this very night, before the rooster crows twice, you will dishonor me 3 times. But Kiva kept insisting, "Even if I must die with you, I will never disown you." And they all said the same thing. Then 32. Then they went to the place called Gethsemane. And Yeshua said to his disciples, "Sit here while I pray." He took with him Kiva, Yaakov, and Yohanan. Great distress and anguish came over him, and he said to them, "My heart is so filled with sadness that I could die. Remain here and stay awake." Going in a little further, he fell on the ground and prayed that if possible the hour might pass from him. "Abba," that is, "Dear Father, all things are possible for you. Take this cup away from me. Still not what I want, but what you want." He came and found them sleeping, and he said to Kiva, "Shimon, are you asleep? Couldn't you stay awake 1 hour? Stay awake and pray that you will not be put to the test. The spirit indeed is eager, but human nature is weak." 39. Again he went away and prayed, saying the same words, and again he came and found them sleeping. Their eyes were so very heavy, and they didn't know what to answer him. The 3rd time he came and said to them, "For now go on sleeping. Take your rest. That's enough. The time has come. Look, the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up, let's go. Here comes my betrayer." While Yeshua was still speaking, Yehuda, one of the 12, came, and with him a crowd carrying swords and clubs. From the head Kohanim, the Torah teachers, and the elders, the betrayer had arranged to give them a signal. "The man I kiss is the one you want. Grab him and take him away under guard." As he arrived, he went right up to Yeshua, said, "Rabbi," and kissed him. Then they laid hold of Yeshua and arrested him. But one of the people standing nearby drew his sword and struck the servant of the Kohen Hakadosh, cutting off his ear. Yeshua addressed him, "So you come out to take me with sword and gloves, the way you were the leader of a rebellion. Every day I was with you in the temple court, teaching, and you didn't seize me then. But let the Tanakh be fulfilled." And they all deserted him and ran away. There was one young man, who did try to follow him, but he was wearing only a nightshirt, and when he tried to seize him, he slipped out of the nightshirt and ran away naked. They led Yeshua to the Kohen Hakadosh, with whom all the head Kohanim elders and Torah teachers were assembled. Kiva followed him in the distance right into the courtyard of the Kohen Hakadosh, where he sat down with the guard and warmed himself by the fire. The head Kohanim and the whole Sanhedrin tried to find evidence against Yeshua, so they might have him put to death, but they could not find any. For many people, they false evidence against him, but their testimonies didn't agree. Some stood up and gave this false testimony. "We heard him say, 'I will destroy this temple made with hands, and in 3 days I will build another one, not made with hands.'" Even so, their testimonies didn't agree. Then the Kohen Hakadosh stood up in front and asked Yeshua, "Have you nothing to say to the accusations these men are making?" But he remained silent and made no reply. Again the Kohen Hakadosh questioned him, "Are you the Mashiach ben Warak? I of Ha-Gvura am coming on the clouds of heaven." At this the Kohen Hakadosh tore his clothes and said, "Why do we still need witnesses? You heard him blaspheme. What is your decision?" And they all declared him guilty and subject to the death penalty. Then some began spitting on him, and after blindfolding him, they started pounding him with their fists and saying, "Let's see you prophesy." And as the guards took him, they beat him too. Meanwhile, Kiva was still in the courtyard below. One of the serving girls of the Kohen Hakadosh said to Kiva, warming himself, took a look at him and said, "You are with the man from Nazareth, Yeshua." But he denied it, saying, "I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about." He went outside into the entryway, and the rooster crowed. The girls saw him there and started telling the bystanders, "This fellow is one of them." Again he denied it. A little later, the bystanders themselves said to Kiva, "You must be one of them, because you're from Galilee." At this he began to invoke a curse on himself as he swore, "I do not know him, this man you are telling me about." And immediately the rooster crowed a second time. Then Kiva remembered what Yeshua had said to him, "Before the rooster crows twice, you will disown me 3 times." And throwing himself down, he burst into tears. This concludes the reading for today. May Yah shine his light upon your path. May he lead you into his truth and righteousness, and fill you with his shalom. In Yeshua's name. Amen. From BeritHadasah, we wish you a blessed Sukkot. I may not be sharing anything next week because I'll be at the Sukkot. So we wish you a blessed shalom.